How we doing? Welcome to Omaha, Nebraska. We are excited to have you guys. I think we have people from over 45 organizations here. We've expanded this a little bit from last year, so we're going to have a fast-packed, action-packed couple of days. I wanted to make sure everyone's awake. I asked Brooke and Shannon if I should do a crazy thing that I do. They're like, if you do it, make sure you do it like you would normally do it. You're going to probably embarrass yourself, but that's okay. I embarrass myself quite often. So I want to give a good, big Omaha welcome to you guys. Muhammad Ali is my favorite athlete of all time. The late, great Muhammad Ali. And actually, down in my office, there's a painting, Adam Briley. I don't know if he's here yet. He should be floating around here somewhere. He could still be sleeping. Gave me a painting for one of my favorite quotes of Muhammad Ali, which is, champions aren't made in the gym. Champions are made from something that comes in deep inside them. A dream, a desire, and a vision. So my tribute to Muhammad Ali and a wake-up call to you guys is first there was the rumble in the jungle, then the Thriller in Manila, and today in Omaha, Nebraska, there's going to be a real estate conference for the ages explosion 2019. I said, let's get ready to rumble! Are you ready? Huh? Are we ready? Guys, it's going to be action-packed, fast, crazy. I hope you learn a lot, and I hope you have a lot of fun. So now that we know everybody's awake, we're going to have a little fun. I do want to say thank you to a couple of our sponsors. We got Boomtown and AdWorks that have tables out there. We have the Show Me app out there. And also a thank you to American Home Shield. And I want to give a call to some of our special guests. Our good friend, many of ours, Gino, who's now the CEO of Home Services America. Gino, can you mingle with Gino? Chris Stewart, who I'll be interviewing with John Featherstone tomorrow. Chris is now the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Where's Chris at? Hey, Chris. Chris already got one step out the door. Alan Dalton, who's going to be our keynote speaker, a good friend of ours. And Riz Media has came in. And Daryl and John, can you guys stand up for us? John will be interviewing with Chris and I tomorrow. Are going to do some event coverage there. John is now standing up. John is now standing up. So they're going to be doing some event coverage on this. And thank you very much, guys. We are honored to have all of you here. We're very excited about what we're going to do. Really, this is going to be the first speech in probably 15 years that I'm not starting off with an inspiration, motivational video. I called Alan. I said, Alan, you got 50 minutes. He said, I know, we're not done yet. It's not your turn to talk, Alan. He's like, I need an hour and a half. We settled on 70 minutes, so you got your 70 minutes. Okay. He was getting worried already. So, in Chris Stewart's words, he's stealing some of my time, but he's not cutting into my paycheck, right, Chris? Chris knows what I'm talking about. I want to read something. We ran, I think, 5 or 6 or 7 videos that I use around the country as I speak that I love, and we're going to run that again tomorrow, and we'll send all that out to you. So Alan's got a couple of videos, so we're going to rely on Alan's videos today. This is something some of you have heard. I know I read this in Montana. I know I read this when Debbie DeGroat was here about 4 or 5 years ago. And Debbie DeGroat, that's our national coach. Where's Debbie at? I saw in her earlier. Debbie, thank you. Debbie is a great friend. She's been to every one of our events. She comes back. We've got a number of our agents coaching with her. Talk to Debbie if you want to do some coaching. We love having Debbie. So, Debbie, you've heard this before, too. I think you said you're going to steal it from me. I don't know if you did. Thank you. From the book, The Big Move, a New York Times bestseller by Seth Godin, a number of successful people wrote a couple pages takeaways, and they did not name the author of these. So this is about 10 years old, but I think it still applies to what we have today. Now, I need my cheaters for this because it's very small print. It's titled, They Say I'm Extreme. They say I'm extreme. I say I'm a realist. They say I demand too much. I say they accept mediocrity and continuous improvement too readily. They say we can't handle this much change. I say your job and career are in jeopardy. What other options do you have? They say, what's wrong with a good product? I say, Walmart and China are both going to eat your lunch. Why can't we provide instead a fabulous experience? They say, take a deep breath, be calm. I say, tell it to Walmart, tell it to China, tell it to India, tell it to Dell, tell it to Microsoft. They say the web is a useful tool. I say the web has changed everything now. They say we need initiative. I say we need a dream and dreamers. They say great design is nice. I say great design is a necessity. They say plan it, I say do it. They say we need more steady, loyal employees. I say we need more freaks who routinely tell those in charge to take a flying leap before it's too late. Gino, have we heard that? They say we need good people. I say we need quirky talent. They say we need people who with steely determination say, I can make it better. I say I love people who with a certain gleam in their eyes, perhaps even a giggle, say, I am going to turn the world upside down. Watch me. They say serve. They say, sure, we need change. I say we need a revolution now. They say fast follower. I say battered and bruised leader. They say conglomerate and imitate. I say market creation. They say improve and maintain. I say destroy and reimagine. They say normal. I say weird. They say happy balance. I say creative tension. They say they favor a team that works and lives in harmony. I say give me a rowdy brawl amongst the most creative people imaginable. They say peace, brother. I say bruise my feelings, flatten my ego, save my job. They say basic black. I say technicolor rules. They say we need happy customers. I say give me a pushy, needy, nasty, provocative customers. They say we need Harvard MBAs. I say we need certificate-free PhDs from the School of Hard Knocks. They say they want recruits with spotless records. I say the spots are what matter most. They say integrity is important. I say tell the unraveling truth all the time or take a hike. They say diversity is a good thing. I say diversity is a breath of fresh, creative air, absolutely necessary for economic salvation in these perilous times. They say it's daunting. I say it's a hoot. They say zero defects. I say a day without a screw-up or two is a day pissed away. They say think about it. I said try it. They say radical change takes a decade. I say radical changes take a minute. They say times are changing. They say everything is already changed. Tomorrow's the first day of your revolution or your toast. They say we can't all be a brand. I say why not? They say this is just a rant. I say this is reality. So we've handed this out before. We're going to send this to you. But I think we've got to continue to embrace change. The world is changing, and it's a pace we've never seen before. And we're going to talk today and tomorrow about the industry, the disruptors, and what do we need to do to be relevant moving forward, showing our value to the consumer. Our organization is built and ran on what we call the attitude of abundance. And that's what I want this conference to be, the attitude of abundance. We do lots of mastermind groups. Those of you in the Rethink Council, we mastermind together all the time. And we know that when you mastermind together and ideas together, everyone becomes better. In our opinion, the attitude of abundance is when we openly share what we're doing, how we're doing it, what works, what doesn't work. We're completely transparent in everything we do. We work together. We encourage each other. We learn from each other, right? We learn from our past experiences but do not live in the past. We embrace risk, and fundamentally we believe that the best is yet ahead. That's what we believe the attitude of abundance is. So I want to show a little example here. I'm going to need a couple volunteers. Brooke, can you help me set this up? Yeah. I'm going to need a couple volunteers of how working together, crazy, amazing things can happen. And by working together, we accomplish so much more than we try to do things individually. Can I get some volunteers? Give me some hands. Someone's going to have to get up here. I need 4. Come on. Do you have a dress on? Yes. I probably say no dresses. And no bad backs. Just. Can you do this? All right.
I can do it.
How tall are you? All right, come on. So, put your legs right here. Put your legs right here. I need to make sure that your feet touch the ground. Nope. Come here. Do your feet touch the ground?
Yes.
All right. Do your feet touch the ground? All right. Because if I'm going to show you something amazing, I want to make sure it's amazing. All right. Lean back. Let go. Just this all going to be good. Okay. Right there. Lean back. Okay. Lean back.
getting a little weird now, man.
Lean back. All right, now let's meditate for 10 minutes. No. All right. I'm going to pull a chair out. And we're going to see if working together, if these guys can still stay together. One chair's out. We're going to pull a second chair out. We're going to see what happens here. All right, you leaning back?
I am.
Because it's really important that you're leaning back now. All right? 2 chairs. Should we pull a third chair out?
Strongest leg.
All right. Here we go. Oh my. Can we pull a 4 chairs out? Can working together, can something amazing happen, right? Working together, collaboration, abundance. Here we go. We're going to see. Firmly have those feet on the ground.
I'm really nervous.
4 chairs are out. Look at this. Right? By working together, we can do amazing things. Scott, can I have a couple of you? Let's grab some hands and get these people back up. Here we go. Thank you. Let's give them a big hand. Is that cool? Shannon, I saw that somewhere, I don't know where, and I'm like, we've got to do that at some event. And I think that's a great example of working together, doing something what I think is fairly amazing, right? So I hope you enjoyed that. I want to talk about, and we're really going to talk a lot about what's the threats to the industry. How's the industry changing? And I believe the greatest threat to our industry today is the downward pressure on commissions. We're full-service brokerages in here. We're top producers that want to make a good living doing this. But we have for sale by owners, we have discount brokers, we have Zillow, we have Amazon, we have UpNest, right? Amazon's now going to take 42.5% referral fees from agents to participate in this program to give money back to the consumer. Zillow sounds like they're going to change their model to taking 30% referral fees. UpNest is saying, let's bid down the commission and pay UpNest a referral fee. So not only are we going to charge less, we're going to bid against each other, bid it down. We can't live in that world and make a living. And full-time service brokers giving great value and top producers need to make sure that we're married together and we work together. So we talk about value so often in this industry, and I think one of the flaws we have is that we always talk about money, money, money. And I'm not saying don't pay attention to money, because the money is important to our clients. But studies show in all industries, not just in real estate, there's great value seen by the consumer in giving value outside of money, right? In making things an easy, simple, stress-free transaction. Buying a home should not be an anxiety-ridden, bad, negative experience. The goal should be to even make it a fun, enjoyable experience, right? We've got to start thinking, how do we add value? Because many consumers see as much, if not more, value in reducing that stress and making it an easy transaction than they do in the money they make, right? We've had a number of people, we don't have iBuyers in Omaha yet, but we've had a number of people, we've heard from Arizona, Dallas, Denver, other people come here that have sold their house to Zillow. And the question we asked them, why would you do that? Here's the common theme. It was easy. There was no stress. I didn't have to worry about packing. I got to pick my closing date. Why did Zillow start in 2004 or whenever they started? Because one of their co-founders had a transaction with one of us. And he didn't find it to be a very pleasant, easy transaction. That it wasn't transparent. Information wasn't readily available. So they wanted to create a vehicle to make it easy and simple. Now, we can argue about Zestimates and a lot of other flaws in Zillow, but they've driven the consumer, which we should be concerned about, to their websites because they made that an easy experience. And that's what they're going to try to do iBuyer. There's going to be a certain number of people say, I don't care I'm taking 15, 20% less on my house. I'm going to do that because I don't want the stress that's involved in that transaction. So we've talked a lot in our Rethink Council, in mastermind groups around here. We've spent a lot of time this year talking about concierge services. What things can we do to start relieving that stress and making this an easier, simpler, fun, enjoyable experience for the consumer, right? Simple examples of boarding the dog for a couple of days between when they're packing and moving to that new house, or having a professional cleaner come in and do that final clean for them. There's a zillion things, and we'll share those ideas, and we're going to hopefully get a lot of those ideas through this conference. But we need to start looking at this from a different lens than we have before. We've got to add value in getting them more money and making their house, and marketing the property and creating interest and activity, but also in simplifying this process. And if we don't do that, we're going to have problems with all these people that are in the discount business. Now, we also have companies coming into the real estate world, and they've been doing it for a while, that say they're technology companies acting in the real estate world, right? EXP says the money we're going to save on brick and mortar, we're going to pass along to you, to the consumer. I would say that's a discount model and message, right? Redfin puts billboards all over the world saying, why pay more than 1% on the listing side of your transactions? But I think there's a flaw in these companies that say because we're technology companies, we don't need brick and mortar. Now, obviously, I'm an 81,000 square foot building. I believe in brick and mortar. And I pray to God I'm right on this one. Okay? Brick and mortar's not dead. The 5 largest valued companies in the world are all technology companies. Microsoft is number 1. Apple's number 2. Apple was the first company to be worth over $1 zillion. Now they're worth 900 some billion. Amazon's number 3. Google's number 4. Facebook's number 5. And by the way, Berkshire Hathaway's number 6. Okay? The 5 largest companies in the world, I would say, are technology-based organizations. But I'm going to tell you, Apple and Google and Facebook's, their success is not based on them being a technology company. There's a zillion technology companies in the world, right? Technology companies are popping up everywhere. I've been fortunate enough to be to Google twice as part of an innovation group about 7, 8, 9 years ago. And I'm going to tell you, Gino, you were in Silicon Valley next to big campuses. The success of these companies is not based on that they're a technology company. It's based that they bring human beings together in a campus and a brick and mortar space together to collaborate, to encourage, to inspire, to motivate, to idea share, to brainstorm together. That is what makes them great companies, right? Darren Hardy, who's interviewed probably more super achievers, Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs, Richard Branson, Zuckerberg, all these guys than anybody in the world, says the super achievers, the best of the best, understand how to say no to distractions and focus on the few, right? Say no to distractions. Here's the problem. If you don't have a space to go to and you work out of your office, 97% of us, it's the unicorn, it's the exception that has the ability to go do that, not in a positive environment or culture, and be successful. 97% of us need to be in the right environment, the right culture, to encourage each other, to be a sponge, to learn from each other, right? Through this attitude of abundance, to share with each other, to give us a space where we can focus uninterrupted without doing things. If we're at home, how many distractions are there? I'm going to take a nap. Shannon thinks that's my favorite thing to do, and it is by the time I'm done with them. But I'm going to mow the yard. I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to do the laundry. I'm going to walk the dog. There's a zillion distractions in that space. The majority of us don't have the ability to do that. Brick and mortar's not dead. We need brick and mortar. We need the right brick and mortar. We need the right culture. We need the right environment. But by coming together, we're going to be more successful. There's no question about it. The vast majority of us need that human interaction. So I think that's another thing that we need to look at and think of differently than we have in the past. I'm going fast. I got 1 minute left. I'm going to steal 2 of your minutes. And then we'll let you steal 2 of someone else's. The other thing that I want to talk about, we focus on 2 things in our organization: coaching and culture, coaching and culture, coaching and culture. And a lot of times when people think we talk about coaching, we're talking about making more money, making more money, making more money. And we want you to make more money. But when we're talking about coaching, and the subline to this event is take your business to the next level. And in hindsight, it probably should have been take your life to the next level. Because when we're talking about coaching, we're talking about how do you become more effective, more efficient, time management tools, systems that we can put in place to help you make more money faster, right, and more effectively than before, so you can go do the things that you love with the people that you love. We want you to have balance in your life. Last year, where's Jake at? Last year we had Jake here. Great response from Jake. Have him back this year. Talking about health, right? What do we do for exercise and body and mind to be healthier? Shannon and I, who was at the Vancouver Summit Berkshire Hathaway Home Services had? Dr. Daniel Amen was there, right? So after I did in January our Rethink Council meeting, Shannon and I went for 3 days and had our brain scan. Now that was scary, because I came back and they showed my scan, and I'm not showing you my scan, but I got 2 holes right here. I'm like, what the hell are those 2 holes in my head? And they're like, you're textbook ADHD. I'm like, I did not need to pay you $3,500 to come up with that. Okay, I could have figured that out all by myself. So we put in your packets a sheet of my takeaways of supplements and vitamins and exercise and activities that he talks about making your brain healthy. Where's Jen Morgan. She's out there somewhere. I hear her. Okay. Jen is now a coach who's going to have a session on meditation and mindset and, again, about how to be healthy. So when we're coming here, we want you to take away ideas to be more productive in your business, but we want you to be successful in every aspect of your life. Right? You can have all the money in the world, but if you're not mentally and physically healthy, the rest of it doesn't really matter. So that's part of what we want to do in this conference.